We are officially 2 days away from the start of the 2021 Supercross Championship. I was a little worried. I don't know about you guys that this wasn't going to happen, but it seems like it's going to happen. This season is going to be crazy. It's going to be so much different than previous seasons, and I just wanted to make this video to kind of have a few things to keep track of, I guess you could say, during this season. Today I kind of brainstormed and went through what I think are the most important things to keep track of during the season, most important stories, most important questions, and I originally wanted to make a video about all of them, but then I had like 50. That wasn't going to happen. So I brought that list down to 5. Technically 6, 7, but 5. So the first thing I think I want to keep track of out of everything is what I made a video about. And that is this really the most stacked Supercross season pretty much of all time? And I feel like that's going to be something that's going to be pretty easy to keep track of, because it'll be how close is the championship at the end of the year? How many race winners are there? That kind of thing. If it's just a 2-horse race halfway through the season, then maybe not. If it's a 5-horse race at the last round, then yeah, I would say that's the most stacked season, and it's the hardest season of all time. So that's the first thing I'm going to be kind of keeping track of as the season goes on. Number 2. This one is kind of 3 in 1, actually. There's 3 teams that I really want to keep track of for this whole series, and that is Gas, Star Racing, Yamaha, and the Honda 250 team, the factory Honda 250 team. And that's because I want to know if Troy Lee Gas is a better team than Troy Lee KTM. Like, I would say Troy Lee KTM was a better team than Troy Lee Honda. That it's kind of a progression. They turned into a 250 factory team after Troy Lee Honda, Troy Lee KTM, and now they're a full-blown 450, 250 factory team that I think Roger DeCoster's he's going to have a close eye on. And I have a feeling that they're going to step it up even more than they did when they went from Honda to KTM. I just want to I want to keep track of that. Star Racing Yamaha. Can they build a better 450 than factory Yamaha did previous years? I believe they can, but again, that's something I want to keep track of this year. And then finally, the Honda 250 team. It's kind of like Star Racing. Can factory Honda build a better 250 than Geico? Those are kind of the 3 in 1 question is, are those 3 teams going to be better than they were previously? If you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so number 3, but technically number 5. Number 3. This season is a little weird, and the West and East Coast rounds are pretty much all East Coast, besides maybe a few random ones like Salt Lake and stuff. And I want to know, because dirt is normally different between West and East Coast by quite a bit, is that going to help or hurt specific riders? Because some riders are going to be better at, say, hard packed, and others will be better at softer tracks. And I feel with the current series being a lot of East Coast tracks, it's going to be a lot softer tracks. Will that favor some riders more than others? I guess we'll find out. May not be anything, because these riders are good at everything. I guess we'll see. All right, number 4. So I just saw on Instagram that there is now a Manufacturers Cup, which is kind of like Formula 1, Constructors Championship, which I think is pretty dope. In the future, will this Manufacturers Cup start to change things a little bit? It kind of seemed like maybe with the consumer side, winning championships was important to get your bike more sales, race wins, that kind of thing. But now with this Manufacturers Cup, is that going to be important for bike sales in the future? Because I'm guessing they're going to be using points from everybody, not just the teams. They're going to be using privateers, teams, factory dudes, everybody that scores points. They're going to add that into the manufacturers. And with privateers, a lot of times they choose kind of one manufacturer over others, and it seems a lot of times that's KTM Austrian bikes or Yamahas. I just want to know in the future, will this Manufacturers Cup have an impact on future bike sales? I'm just spitballing. I'm curious if that's going to happen or not, because I feel like there is a high chance that it will. And then finally, the last question, I think the biggest question of this season is, will all 17 rounds go on without any problems? You know what I mean? Corona problems. Will no races get canceled? Will everything be fine? Will no riders get COVID and then have to be out of the certain amount of races that they'll have to be out? You know what I'm saying? I think that's on everybody's mind, especially with the change of the guard of the leader of this country. I think anything could happen, and I don't know. I have a good feeling that everything will be fine, but just keep your fingers crossed that everything is fine. Everything goes fine. Those are the 5 questions, the 5 things that I'm going to be focusing on throughout the season myself. There's so many other things. Each individual rider has their own story, their own thing that everybody's going to be watching. And this list will change, obviously, as the season goes on. And this is my list. Your list could be way different. But I just wanted to make a video about what I'm watching throughout the season, just kind of as a opening to the Supercross season. And since I'm making this video, I guess I better say who I think is going to win the championship, even though this is going to be incredibly difficult. As far as 450s go, I like the pattern that we're on of a new winner every year since Anderson, because it was Anderson, then Webb, then Tomac. So I think there's going to be a new winner, and I think that person is going to be Roczen. I do. I don't know why. I said Roczen last year, and it didn't work out. If he can stay healthy, I think he can do it. I am not going to give a top 5 at all, because between Webb, Tomac, Barcia, Sexton, Cincerillo, Ferrandis, I don't know how you could possibly pick. And then as far as H1 goes, Houston 1, I'm going to say Barcia. I think he's going to really want to win this opener so that he keeps up his undefeated record. No. He wants a 3-peat. I think he wants a 3-peat. And this new gas bike, he could do some damage this season. He could be a winner, championship winner, I mean. And then as far as the 250s go, what is first? I don't even know what goes first. What coast is this even? I don't even know what coast this is. East Coast. Lawrence, Hampshire, Craig, Shimoda, Faulkner, Moserman. Yikes. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's Craig. On Instagram, he looks so good on that star bike. I'm going to say Craig. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this season. And then who does that leave for the other coast? I don't see Jeremy Martin on here, so I'm going to say Jeremy Martin because, Martin on a star bike, now that's a combo. And he's been getting better every season at Supercross, so I think it's his year. I think the Star Boys are going to take it on each coast. Craig and Martin. So what do I have? Roczen, Craig, and Martin. Those are my predictions. 450, 250 East, 250 West. We only got 2 days. I'm excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I have a feeling that this year is going to be out of control.